Hey, what's up YouTube? And I am back. It's been some time now, I know, but I've just been crazy busy again, and I know I just have to actually just tell myself that I need my hiatus moments, and I just need to take and embrace them because they have been amazing, and I've been able to do some camping and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm back, and I'm back with another topic. So my topic for today is going to be about 4 tips on how to secure your plus size identity. This is kind of like a confession of a plus size lady because I don't think these are going to be things that are going to be talked about or encouraged amongst the plus size women. There's so much stuff that is out there that tells us that we have to be this or that. I mean, when I was a size 20, 22, people used to tell me that I used to not be fat when I was really fat. I mean, when I was a size 14, 16, they would say, if only you lost 10 or 5 more pounds, then you would be perfect. And I just like look at them like, my God, am I just not gonna ever be the person who I want to be? Or can I not just embrace who I am and who I am as a person right now at this very moment? Like, can I just not do that? I know as a plus size lady, I have experience, but maybe you have experienced this too. Okay, so my big word that I'm gonna be using throughout this video is the word listen. Listen is very empowering, even though one might not be doing nothing, but listening is something that is the best for your self-growth and making sure that you're able to hear and listen to everything that goes around you. Tip number 1 is to listen for the truth. So you might be a very voluptuous lady who just has those nice curves as a plus size lady, or you just might have a beautiful face, or you might have that beautiful skin that it just naturally glows, and that everyone just says, wow, you have such a nice feature, or you have something beautiful that is so beautiful and so glowing about you. These types of remarks, they're wonderful, right? They make you feel amazing, and it just makes you want to be like, yes, thank you. You know that's what you have, and you're blessed to have these characters. I do encourage you to listen for the truth, because there's a lot of people that will lie. There's a lot of people that will say stuff just because, I don't know, just because they just want to be positive, or they just want to have, they just want to encourage other people, and that's okay. We all have something that we're trying to get through, but I do encourage you to make sure you listen for the truth. You just can't tell or know that everyone's going to be telling the truth or anything like that. The best way for you to know the truth is that you know it for yourself. You can tell yourself, like, yeah, I definitely have this feature, or I do have this trait that is within me, and you acknowledge it. So you know who's the best at telling the truth? Kids. Have you ever went in front of a kid, or they'll just tell you straight up, like they'll just say like, oh my gosh, you're so fat, or like they'll just say, wow, you're so big, and they're just kind of oblivious, or they don't even realize what they're saying because they're not consciously aware of the people and sizes. You're probably the first person that they've ever seen that is fat. They just abruptly tell you the truth, and they don't say it without any dismay. So what I like to think about when listening for the truth, I like to think about the adults saying it in that same way. I know some Korean kids, they'll say they're like confused. They're like, wow, oh my gosh, why are you so fat? They look so confused how you gained so much weight and how this happened, because they don't understand that, of course, it came through time, but it comes very quickly. If you receive like those response like, wow, you're fat, or you shouldn't be eating that, Jennifer, or you shouldn't be doing this or that, whatever it is, then just think about that person being like a child, that person talking to you in truth, because really it is in truth. I want you to imagine them, the person that's talking to you and telling you these sometimes discomforting things that can come out of nowhere. Just think of them as a child and trying to express as best ways as they can. Second point is to don't listen to the positive and the negative, both of them. Then please take a moment and check out my video on if you're a positive or a negative person. These are a lot of characteristic traits that you'll be able to kind of see if maybe you might have one of these things, or just to even find if others might have these things and how you can kind of approach them. If it's negative or positive, I encourage you to not listen to it. I know that sounds very weird, but I really want you to think of the concept of going in the ear and coming out of the other. So what happens when you eat sweets constantly? What you're gonna end up gaining weight, or most cases like me, for example, whenever I eat sweets or breads, I always don't feel it that day, but it's not until the next day or even the day after where I feel it, and I'm just like, man, I just got all of this regret, and I'm just like yelling at myself. That is on the positive perspective, right? Because sweets, we just gotta put it on the positive side, because sweets are so good, and they just are that comfort food that everyone wants to have, right? But what happens when you eat? What happens when you eat poop, right? Poop is disgusting. It is nasty. It is something that we don't even eat, right, as humans, because it's not good, right? I know that's to the extreme. I'm sorry for that visual if I gave you, but poop is disgusting, right? I've never had poop in my life. If you're a mother, you probably have, but on accident. But I've never had that, and I just imagine that it just tastes like. So yeah, so we don't put that into our bodies because it naturally comes out, right? It's something that just comes out of us. And so those negative things are also, of course, we naturally know they're not good for us, right? They're just not good for us. That's why I say don't listen to those negative or positives. I want you to imagine and think of it as it going into one ear and out, and don't take it too personal, because sometimes as we go through our journey of weight loss or weight gain, sometimes we'll take those inputs, if it's positive or negative, and we'll flip them around and we'll say, yeah, this is good for me, or yeah, or no, that's not good for me. We tend to do that. So embrace them for the moment, take them in, and acknowledge the people who are presenting it to them, and just let it go from there. Okay? Okay, so tip number 3 is to listen to your faith. So me as a Christian, we read the Bible, and there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom and just tools on how to be a Christian, and all of this amazing stuff that we have as a Christian that we're able to kind of relate to. We can take it and apply it to our lives and do it for our everyday life, right? It's not just plus size. It's not just anyone. Anyone can read this Bible. Anyone can do those things so that they're able to live the life that God has desired them to be. So listening to your faith is not, I'm not telling you to go read the Bible, go become a Christian or anything like that. I'm just talking about listening to your faith. You might be Muslim and you read the Quran, be Catholic and you read the New American Bible. Or you might be Indian and you read the Veda. I'm sorry if whatever the case may be, Listen to your faith. There's a lot of tools that your faith already provides, and listen to what you actually read and what you put into your life, because that is what counts. That is what counts. Okay? The last is to listen to yourself. Listening to yourself is so many things. It can help you to realize your own identity. It can help you to sit yourself down and to be at peace with who you are as a person. And it's the best feeling that I believe anyone can probably ever experience, because you are the only one who's able to put yourself there, and you're the only one who can put you there. So listening to yourself, you know, that inner voice that tells you to do this or that, and it sometimes can be so bossy in so many ways, but deep down it tells us the truth. It tells us that, you know, you shouldn't be eating that, or you shouldn't be, most of the cases you shouldn't be eating that, or you know you're not supposed to be doing that. There's a lot of times where yourself is telling you something that we're not listening to. As a plus size lady, we have, our problem is that, my case specifically is that I tend to overeat, for example. And so when I overeat, my brain is telling me, and everything is telling me the word stop. And it's telling me to just stop, stop, stop. But I don't listen. And that's the reason why I tend to continue to eat, because I'm not listening to myself. I'm not listening to my body and telling me, it's giving me the tools that I already have within me, and I'm not listening to it. I'm not obeying to myself. And so what are the consequences? Is that I get bloated, or I get a headache, or I have bad eyesight, or I have a moody, awful morning, because I'm not listening to my body. So that is the most important thing, is to listen to yourself. It's not about just, you know, of course, getting those good and positive feedback are great, and we need them. I encourage you guys to acknowledge them and make sure that you feel the worthiness of those words, but also just always remember to listen for yourself and listen to what you have, what you're just bringing to the, what you're bringing to yourself, and be aware of it. Okay? If you're one that is battling through anything that is related to obesity, or anything that is plus size, then I do encourage you to keep going, to make sure that you take care of yourself, because in the end, it's gonna one day catch up to you. And we have to just be mindful of how we can be more obedient to ourselves, and more honest to who we are as people, and taking care of our bodies in the best way that we can. So make sure you try to find a gym, a local gym that you can go to. I remember personal trainers, they used to tell me all the time, like, I can gym anywhere. I can gym anywhere. Just going outside into your neighborhood, or going out to the local park that's free, or if you can afford, then there's $10 gyms that you can go to that are not that much in price. And so I encourage you to make sure you keep yourself active and keep yourself moving, because that is things that is just going to be healthy for our bodies. Okay? Because I do want you to make sure you try to listen to yourself in the end, and how you're able to incorporate those health and everything like that, your self-care, all in that together. Okay, so that is the end of this video. I hope that you found this video to be of useful to you. If you did, then please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. I need the support from YouTube and Facebook, Instagram. Check out my Instagram link below. I'm finding more personal, relatable things. And until next time.